This morning on the Huddle, we are continuing our conversation on helping you find your voice on YouTube and to grow your channel as a content creator. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, huddle up. It is now time for the Huddle. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to find your passion, unlock your potential, and discover God's purpose for your life, then I want to encourage you to just join this channel and welcome you to this channel, because we have another great guest that's going to help you understand and me understand why we need to grow on YouTube. Let me read his bio this morning. Today's guest has been educating creators on YouTube since 2017 through his channel, Creator Fundamentals. Since that time, he has focused on providing content and resources to help creators expand their reach and grow their business through online video. Dan took this focus on content creators even farther by creating a conference called People of Video, dedicated to educate creators communities, while they also provide, People of Video conference dedicated to educating creator communities, while also providing live in-person networking opportunities. This morning on the Huddle, we want to welcome the one, the only, the founder of CEO of People of Video, Mr. Dan Currier.
Thanks for having me, Walter.
How you doing, sir? Welcome to the Huddle. How you doing today?
Well. I am doing well. How about yourself?
I'm great. We're both here on the northeast of New York. New York is back, people. We're open. And that means no restrictions. Big events coming up in October that we're going to touch on, that it can be opened up. So, Dan, tell our viewers a little about yourself and how you found your passion to become a YouTube creator.
So I actually started a little bit before 2017 on another channel called The Average Dan. And that channel basically was born of me trying to solve problems, which was typically trying to fix something that was broken on one of our cars, and not finding the videos and deciding that I would make the videos so the next person that ran into that particular issue would have a resource to get them through it a little bit faster and with less frustration than I experienced. And I did that for a while, and that kind of got me interested in taking the whole YouTube growth thing seriously. So in June of 2017, I decided to start Creator Fundamentals, so I had an appropriate platform to share the tips and strategies that I found were actually effective at helping me grow here on YouTube.
Great, great. To those of you who are watching us on YouTube this morning that are joining in on the show, let us know where you're watching us from. Drop down in the chat in the comment section and let us know where you're joining us from. So you start The Average Dan and then you pivot to Creator Fundamentals. How long did it take you for you to be in to find your voice on YouTube? Because from the book, Michael Hyatt, he talks about when we find a platform, we realize that we're in a very noisy world. So how long did it take for you to find your voice on this platform?
So when I first started out, it was basically just the idea of, hey, there is stuff on YouTube that works and there are things that don't work. And it was actually in January of 2018 where YouTube made a change to their monetization policy. And a lot of times the content in this space is very upbeat and optimistic. and they don't ever talk about the challenges that people face as a YouTuber. So, but when that happened, I actually had a couple channels that were impacted by it. So I decided to make a video where I met that emotion where it was at. I knew people were frustrated, and I decided to put out a video that basically met them there at that frustration and then slowly walked them to, a resolution to the problem. And that was kind of when I made the biggest connection with my audience, and the channel took off. And it helped me to understand exactly what was important to people and how I would be able to help them making content going forward.
Great. Great. Hey, if you're getting great value out of our conversation this morning on helping me and you to grow on YouTube and find our voice, just drop down in the comment section or in the chat and put hashtag value. And even those of you who are going to be watching the replay, give us a hashtag replay, because we do appreciate our viewers who watch the replay. And so, Dan, as you were saying, as you start to take off, YouTube continues to evolve and to grow. People start to say, okay, even businesses say, okay, I want to get into YouTube. But how do new and growing YouTubers come to have to understand that it's not so much about subscribers and viewers, but how do we be able to grasp and understand that we need to make great content and not focus so much on subscribing viewers?
So I think that the YouTube is kind of interesting in the sense that they make it look like subscribers are really important. They build their rewards around subscribers, but I think the biggest way, or the most important way to look at subscribers, is subscribers are not the goal or the focus. Subscribers are the result of having a well-run channel. So if you focus on the right thing, subscribers are going to come, because subscribers are just a person that saw something that you did and said, yeah, I want to see more of this, or I support you and I appreciate you, I'm going to subscribe to your channel. But in order to get to that point, you need to be able to put yourself in a position where you can make content that is interesting to people, and also to a level of quality such that your quality doesn't interfere with the message that you're trying to share. A lot of, we talk about quality all the time, but I'm a believer that there's always opportunity to have higher quality, but it's also the quality of the content as much as it is the technical quality. You don't want to get so caught up with constantly trying to improve your mic and your camera and all this. What I like to say is just get your quality up to the point where your audio or your video is not a distraction to the topic that you're covering.
Gotcha. Do you believe that there is a cookie cutter learning curve for all YouTubers? Or is that learning curve different based on the type of content that a person is looking to be able to present to people on YouTube?
I think there's a little bit of both. I think there are some basic skills. Like if you're like me, you started YouTube, you weren't a videographer, you didn't know anything about lighting or any of the technical aspects of putting together a video that people can watch. But at the same time, everybody's an individual, and your goal is to not go out and reproduce, Casey Neistat or Philip DeFranco or somebody else. You can draw inspiration from them, but the thing that's really going to drive you towards success is finding whatever it is that's unique about you and presenting that to your audience. There are some, quote unquote, cookie cutter things of just understanding the process and how it works. But in the end, in order to really find your tribe and grow your brand and your community, you're really going to have to tap into what makes you unique.
Definitely. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion on how to grow on YouTube and grow your YouTube channel, give us a hashtag value and give us a thumbs up on the channel and giving us a like, because we want to help you grow in 2021. And so let's segue. 2021 is going to be epic for all YouTubers, especially Dan on the East Coast. Why was it important to you to create People of Video Conference?
So the part of it's selfish, in the sense that a lot of the existing opportunities to get in the same room with other content creators and really be able to have those one-on-one conversations and learn from the leading experts. They were all on the West Coast. You know, California kind of owns that in a lot of ways. There's a couple other places in the country that have sprung up, but I really wanted something. I mean, we have New York City out here and the entire East Coast, and I know that there's a ton of creators on this side of the country. So selfishly, I wanted to create a hub for those content creators to be able to get together without having to go to California every time. So that was part of the planning. But yeah, I mean, I think that even above and beyond that, I have seen the opportunity that exists with online video in so many different ways. In fact, new ways that I'm discovering, every day, that I want to be able to give this opportunity to people to really get in a room and learn and understand just how valuable. I mean, you could basically go online and learn anything you want and then turn around and use that information to create your own business. And people are still out there working 9-to-5 jobs, maybe for a boss that doesn't agree with them or they don't agree with. And there's just so much opportunity to be able to begin the process of what I like to call creating your freedom. And that is, it's not an overnight thing. Maybe it will take you 5 years, but I tell you what, if you don't do anything right now, in 5 years, you're still going to have that same boss that you're not happy about. You're still not going to be the keeper of your own time. Somebody else is going to continue to dictate that stuff to you. And if you want to change and you want to be able to spend more time with your family and do all of those things that are important, getting started on the road to developing these skills in online video is super powerful. And I think it's like 76% of online internet traffic is video. So there's definitely an audience out there. There's tons of opportunity. You can learn for free if you want to. You can pay money to speed up that process. And regardless of where you are, I personally think everybody should be getting involved in some form or fashion.
Definitely. Hey, people of video, October 2021, you want to make the investment to come and to interact and get some great content and network with some great people. Dan, just can you give us a taste of just some of the things that viewers who are watching today can expect to be able to experience at People of Video?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a 3-day event. We're bringing in over 20, and I'm trying to pull something up here in the background. It is 3 days, probably going to be around 20 speakers, including the top experts in online video. We have a great group of speakers that are already in the mix, and others that will probably become part of the event before all is said and done. Just with COVID and things, there's still some people that are on the fence. So we got to see how all that plays out, especially with the Canadian border. But yeah, it's going to be designed in a way that it's kept intimate. It's going to be under 200 people.
Okay.
And we're going to make sure that there's ample opportunity to network. So if you've ever heard people talk about conferences, a lot of times they talk about how valuable the conversations in the hallways are. I wanted to make sure that that was an integral part of People of Video, the tagline of which is making human connections. I truly believe that it's the relationships that you make that are going to be so much more powerful than one little technical skill that you learn. But when you take an event and you pack it into 3 days and you mix both that technical information plus the people who have already implemented it successfully, it really puts you in a position to gather all that information and change your life, to go out there and have a plan on how to get where it is that you want to go. Like I said, granted, you're not going to do it tomorrow necessarily, but you need to have that framework and you need to start working on it and moving yourself forward. And this kind of event really propels you through that. I know when I went to my first conference in 2017, I had like 600-700 subscribers at the time. And that just changed the direction of where I was going. I saw, what was out there. I saw how realistic it is to build an income around your content without sacrificing your content and all of that. And it's just a really powerful thing. And the one thing I wanted to mention, if I may, Walter,
sure.
I went ahead and set up a promo code. The promo code is Walter Strong. If you use that, you'll get 40% off your ticket to attend People of Video. So I'd love to have some people from your audience come and hang out with us in Albany, New York on October 8th through 10th. And, you know, we want to do everything we can to get people there.
Definitely. We are going to put that and include that in the description because we want to press in to People of Video and make that human connection. Dan, let me ask you this final question. When you look back since 2017, what are the 3 things you wish you knew before starting on YouTube?
So this is an interesting question, and it's, you know, it's a very common question, and people are always looking for that magic bullet, if you will, in terms of what is it that you figured out that was like an aha moment. And I think that the trick to this is that there is no super secret thing that you could simply go back to your former self and hand off and be successful there. I think that it is the experience is the lesson. And for everybody, that experience is a little bit different because we're all going to experience highs and lows in this process. And success is not measured by those highs, but how you respond to the lows. And I truly believe that. And
can you say that again? I'm sorry, can you say that one again?
It proves itself out time and time again that you're going to have highs and it's going to be a great experience, but success is not just riding out a high, because you're going to have a low, and it's how you respond when that low hits that really sets the tone for how you're going to approach YouTube or building a business or whatever as a whole, because we've all been at that high and it feels great and we feel like we've made it. But then at some point in time, you're going to get a low where all of that expertise that you thought you had, that you were telling everybody how easy it is to do, suddenly plummets, and you're in the basement and you're like, did I forget how to make videos, or do these things just happen? And I'm actually, my channel is kind of in that area right now, or has been for the last couple of weeks. And you have to know that when these happen, you have to expect them to happen, because YouTube is always making changes and tweaks, and things are up and down, and your audience isn't always going to respond to your content the way you think they are in your mind. But it's okay, what do you do next? Do you pout and take your toys and go home and stop making content? Or do you just recognize that this is the critical part of your journey, and what you do right now or tomorrow is really going to determine how successful you are in the future?
Definitely. Oh man, that is, I'm going to watch the replay. Not only those of you watching the replay who are going to give me a hashtag replay, I'm going to put hashtag replay, because I'm going to listen to that over and over again. Dan, where can our viewers get more information about you, about People of Video? And all of this is in the description, but wanted to give you the platform to just kind of share before we get you out of here.
So you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/creator fundamentals. And then to use that promo code and get your tickets to People of Video, you can go to peopleofvideo.com.
Perfect. Everything is in the description. The promo code is in the description. The ball is in your hand. Dan, we want to thank you again for taking time out your schedule, for coming on the Huddle and having a cup of coffee with us and just sharing this great content with us. And so, question of the day: are you coming to People of Video? I know I'm making plans to come. What about you? Well, that's it for this edition of the Huddle. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails in our lives. Make a quality decision today and let God's purpose prevail in your life. We're going to end this out, and once the intro is over, we're going to have a quick few words with Dan. We'll see you next week. Big guest again, Mr. Benji Travis from Video of Influence. We'll see you next week.